Check, check. Welcome to Blackpool's Luminair drone race and your host, Mini Rolls Rule.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Blackpool. Welcome to the Luminair drone race at the Globe Theatre at the Pleasure Beach. I'll be your host for this evening. My flight name is Mini Rolls Rule. You can guess why that's my flight name if you like. Answers on a postcard and send them in. We are here for a fantastic drone race. My pilots are just giving you a tour, showing you what it's like to fly drones around. Anybody can get involved. We've got pilots from up and down the country here flying for you today, including the fastest drone racer in the UK, Dan Carpy. He recently won Tiny Whoop UK League, beating off hundreds of other pilots across the UK. So what I thought I'd do is come down and show you a little about these drones, because these are not your average drones. These are what we call FPV racing drones. You might have a drone at home. It'll have a little camera on it, no doubt, and that's probably because you want to spy on your neighbors. But these ones are special cameras. These tiny little cameras here, they send video straight back to the pilot's goggles. They look out the front of these drones and fly them in first-person view. You get to pretend to be a little buzzy bee flying around your living room. And that is how they're going to be piloted around our wonderful lit-up course, courtesy of the Blackpool Illuminations team. They are controlled by a normal radio control handset like this, similar that you would have got on your Xbox or PlayStation, and anybody can do it. So let's have a look around our track. Pilots, if you want to get ready for the first race, I will introduce the track to the ladies and gentlemen in the audience and at home. So the pilots will be taking off from the lovely box at the top and center stage there. They will come out, sit on their seats, pop their drones down, and they will be taking off from these boxes. They will be heading up to our star at the top. From the star, they're going to head all the way over to our lovely representation of the biggest disco ball in the world. They wouldn't let us bring it into the studio because they said if you roll it, it's going to break all the glass. It'll be terrible. So we've got our disco ball here. From there, they're going to head through our timing gate, this special box of tricks down here. There's some very clever wizardry. And we'll be timing our pilots as they go around this track. From there, they're going to shoot around our wonderful Blackpool Tower. Ooh, I like that. They'll go around the back of the tower, they'll come around this side, they'll go over this pole, go around the top again, and head across to what we are affectionately calling the deck chair of doom. Now, whenever I say the deck chair of doom, I need you to say the deck chair of doom back. So, what is it? It is the deck chair of doom. Can I get a deck chair of doom from the audience? Fantastic. They will be heading from left to right across the deck chair of doom. They will hook through this lovely rainbow gate, head on over to our umbrella. Little bit out of scale, I have to say, with the finishing off our beach theme. Around the umbrella, and then back across our deck chair of doom, up to the starting block to start another lap. And that will be our course for this evening's race. So as our pilots get ready backstage and plug in their batteries, get their goggles warmed up, get their fingers on the controllers, we are going to welcome them onto the stage. Please give a big round of applause for our drone pilots coming to you today. We have The Hand, Dirty McStinky, Dan Carpy, now our pilots are going to get their batteries plugged in, get them all set ready on the line there, and we will set them off racing. Now these pilots are tackling a brand new course here. They've only just started flying it this morning. And we'll see how they do.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. Dan Carpy, one of the fastest drone racers in the UK at the moment, paired with some also incredibly fast pilots. We have in the red quad is Dan Carpy. In the multicolour quad that's just crashed to the floor, that is Dirty McStinky. And the multicolour quad up and going through the deck chair of doom now, that is the Han. Big crash there from Dan Carpy. Unusual to see him on the floor. But even the best get caught out on our course here. Incredibly, these pilots can get round the course in less than 20 seconds. There's a bit of friendly rivalry between them to see who can get the fastest lap. But as we check out the video coming from our pilots, you can see what they see. And we've got 2 quads down on the floor. Dirty McStinky, the only one managing to keep it in the air. Clearly nervous in front of you guys. We've got a nice rotating star now. That's going to make things interesting. But you know, if you crash into the star, it's going to think, oh, and the deck chair of doom claims the first pilot. Everyone give me a deck chair of doom. Fantastic, I love a bit of audience participation. And Dirty McStinky has landed himself in the crash gate, happy with his time. So,
Finish your lap and then land.
riding on board with Dan Carpy there, making everyone a little bit nauseous. Lovely. Nearly getting one of our backstage minions in the back of the head. And we'll let the Han round off his lap. And a big round of applause for our pilots, please. Congratulations. Now, as our pilots come down to collect their whoops, we're going to talk a little bit more about drone racing in the UK. Because you guys in the audience, you are here for a drone race, but also you're here to give a go at drone racing yourself. Because yes, the British Drone Racing Association, BDRA, are hosting a try and fly up in the gallery upstairs. So if you think you can do this, if you think you can fly like our drone racers here, you can pop upstairs, have a chat with the lovely people from the BDRA, and you can get your hands on whoops. You can have a fly yourself. But without rambling on too long, let's welcome to the stage our next set of pilots to start their qualifying runs. Please welcome James TX. We have Scooby Air. We have Gen X. And Andy from the BMFA. Now these pilots are going to get their whoops plugged in. My bad, I announced Gen X. I meant to say Wong Legend. Wong Legend is flying in yellow today. A little bit of a technical going on, but we'll get that sorted. Just a quick replug, get him back on the starting line. With such a technological sport, we have technological problems, but usually with computers, unplug and replug sorts it out. Pilots are on the line, goggles are down, thumbs are up. Let's go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. We've got James TX in green, first to make it to the disco ball, with Scooby Air following him close with the red drone. But Wong Legend with the yellow drone is making a nice lap of the tower there, coming over to the deck chair of doom. Give us a deck chair of doom, audience. As Wong Legend gets caught out by the deck chair, but he's up and flying again, no problems. But it looks like Scooby Air has just overtaken James TX, heading around the Blackpool Tower. We got Scooby Air in the red quad and James TX in the green quad. I think Scooby got a little bit lost there and is making another attempt at the course over to the deck chair. So James TX is out in front. Both of those pilots, Scooby and James, representing Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, the club in the Midlands that brings you this fantastic drone race here in Blackpool. Now these pilots are going to run as long as they can, try and get as fast laps as possible, because the first part of any race is qualifying. Oh, and the deck chair of doom claims James TX. The deck chair of doom, that's right. Well done, audience. And he gets caught again. What a terrible time he's having trying to get through those quads. But he got through that time. Well done, James. Out and running again.
Finish your lap and then land.
And James TX is in the crash gate. Scooby and Wong Legend chasing each other up and over. Oh, but he doesn't quite make it around. Maybe he's run out of battery. That's it. I think that's all he's got. That's all he's got. His battery is dead. Well done,
Race
pilots.
up.
Please give a round of applause. Now, our pilots are coming out and zipping around the track, learning their way around, just as we spoke to you about it. They are making sure they go through all of the gates. Now, that's really important in drone racing, but luckily, our pilots are very honorable. It is a very community-focused and honorable sport, where if you miss a gate, that's no problem. You can just whip around and take it again. We want to make sure you get through all those gates, because if you miss one, we're going to have to dock a lap. Now, none of the pilots want to do that. So they're all very good at looping around and giving it a go. So with our next pilots up, please welcome to the stage. We have Blueprint, Brummy, and Gen X FPV. Now, you might be wondering why we're calling out all sorts of strange names. Well, in pilot speak, pilots get call signs, so you know who is who. The worst thing to happen is when you say Matt, and like 3 people turn around. So they've all got funny names like Gen X, Blueprint, and Brummy. Our pilots look good. Goggles are down.
Arm your
Thumbs
quads,
are up.
starting on the tone in less than 5.
They're off. Gen X making a clean getaway, but a bit wide over to the start. Seed's position to Blueprint. They are neck and neck going around the base of that tower there. But both tackling the deck chair of doom with ease and onto the umbrella. Gen X making a nice smooth run down there. Let's go on board with Gen X as he tackles our tower and onto the deck chair and see what it's like from the eye of the camera. Lining up for the umbrella, he goes under 1 gate, 2 gate, back towards the deck chair. He's got a lovely, nice, smooth style, does Gen X. And this is what the FPV feed looks like for our pilots. Now, bringing you guys the full experience, we have sets of goggles that you can borrow. If you would like to come down to the front, the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers volunteers have a set of goggles that you can place on your head and you can ride along with these pro pilots during our race. So take one, pass it along, and fly with us today. It looks like Brummy is trapped under the Blackpool Tower. Yes, he's out, but he's upside down. Brummy, he's back up, lovely. Brummy's back up in the air, looking to carry on his laps. Oh no, we've got another pilot falling prey to the deck chair of doom. Can we get a deck chair of doom?
Finish your lap and then land.
Lovely, well done, pilot. So they're going to finish off their laps, get that last time in the bank. Another pilot gets a bit caught up, and again, see, it's a technical bit of flying need to be done there. As Gen X comes around, skimming the ground, he just pops into the trench. It looks like he's run out of battery. Is that all we have from Gen X tied up in the cables? He might have to come and collect his quad from the stage, but Brummy, just the last pilot, over to the crash gate. Big round of applause for our pilots. Congratulations. Well done, pilots. Now, if you want to know why they aren't going full throttle, it's because they're still learning this track. It is new to them today. We don't give them any chance to learn it beforehand. So they are working their way around the track. They will get faster though. You wait until you see how fast some of these pilots can go, because they are going through qualifying, and qualifying means the best 2 laps they can do in a row. They want to get the fastest times they can around this track, and that will seed them from fastest to slowest in our qualification table. But the next pilots up, please can we welcome to the stage Archie FPV, Cruise FPV, and Jaggers. Setting their quads down, making sure they work. Our pilots take their seats to go for their first laps around this track.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And the quads are all over the place. Jagger's taking a tremendous tumble from the star. Is he up and running? It looks like he's still flying. These quads can take an absolute beating. So Archie with the yellow quad, zipping around this track, hotly followed by Cruise FPV and Jaggers.
Race over. Race resumed.
Up to the star they go. Round the disco ball. That's a nice fast section there. The pilots love going around the Blackpool Tower. Flying around something like this with something so small, it literally feels like the real thing. And we asked the Blackpool team whether we could fly around the tower, and they said, yeah, no problems. And we're like, really? They said, no, you can't fly around the real one. The real one is in a no-fly zone. We're too close to the airport. But they said, we have a model. And so they provided us this wonderful lit-up Blackpool Tower. This Blackpool Tower comes in 2 sections, and the cameraman taking a bit of a beating there as one of the drones catches him. Cruise FPV bumping into our cameraman there. But the Blackpool Tower, massive feature to fly around. Obviously a huge icon of your city.
Finish your lap and then land.
And that calls time for our pilots as they career into the crash gate. Please give a round of applause for our pilots. Well done, pilots. I'm going to pop down to the front and have a chat with everybody, because that is qualifying. This is how we are running our qualifying today. Qualifying, we're going for the 2 fastest consecutive laps, and now all of our pilots have been around at least once. They have a score on the board. So if we check out our leaderboard table, we will find out where people currently stand. There we go. Up on the screen to your left is Dirty McStinky sitting in first place, managing 2 full laps in 33. My bad. Just been updated by... Okay, I'm just having a little check with the race director, because with these drones zipping past our little timer here, we're just going to validate that lap. That is incredibly quick. So when I get the all clear from our race director, we'll be able to announce the qualifying times, because they are going for 2 consecutive laps. And Jaggers is a very, very fast pilot. But we're just going to validate that, because under 10 seconds for 2 laps is very quick. And I'm not sure if he can do that. Jaggers coming to us all the way from Hanworth Tiny Whip Club. That is in West London. So we've got pilots from there coming all the way up to Blackpool, along with his friend Archie racing in that last race you saw there. They have a fantastic group of people down in West London, where anybody is welcome to come along and join in the fun with them. The pilots and the whole community down there are very welcoming to new pilots. You can turn up with a set and they will help you get up and flying. So now our tower has been updated. We can confirm Dirty McStinky is in number 1 place. He's sitting up there doing 2 laps in 33.5 seconds. Beating out the current Tiny Whoop UK champion, Dan Carpy, sitting in second with 37 seconds 85. We've got Jaggers in third. So an incredibly good flight for Jaggers there, but we just wanted to make sure we got the right times for him. We've got James TX in fourth, Archie FPV in fifth, Gen X FPV in 6th, The Han in 7th, Wong Legend in 8th, Scooby Air in 9th, Blueprint in 10th, Brummy in 11th, and Cruise FPV in 12th. Big round of applause for our pilots. Now we are going to send them round each 3 more times to see if they can improve on that, and we expect to see some changes on that leaderboard. So please can you welcome to the stage the pilots for their second flight. We have The Han, Dirty McStinky, and Dan Carpy. Dan Carpy just having a quick replug there, make sure everything's working. There we are, nicely lit up with some LEDs to zip around our course. Because drone racing is all about looking cool, nobody cares who comes first. I'm just joking. Everybody wants to come first. So, with their goggles down, hairstyles in place, fingers on triggers, let's send them round.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
They are off and trying to improve on their best times. They want to move up that leaderboard as far as possible. Dan Carpy wanting to reclaim his title. Very keen. You can see him absolutely pushing hard now. On board with Dan. Dan Carpy goes down. The commentator's curse striking the leader, the fastest pilot in the UK. But will he be the fastest for much longer? Because Dirty McStinky flying there with the multicolour quad goes down, also cursed by the commentator. He's had enough, he's given up, he's gone into the crash gate after that. He's happy he's got his fastest times. That leaves the Han and Dan Carpy zipping around. Dan Carpy bouncing through the Blackpool Tower, trying to take a super tight line there and just getting caught up. And the umbrella trips him up again, leaving the hand to have a nice clean air ahead of him as he goes for his last lap round over the Blackpool Tower across to the deck chair of doom. Can we get a deck chair of doom, audience? Oh yes, the one that trips everybody up, the nemesis of our pilots here at Blackpool Luminair. And they're going for one more. They clearly hate their batteries. They're going to run them right down to nothing. Neck and neck through the deck chair of doom. The deck chair of doom.
Finish your lap and then land.
And into the crash gate they
Race
go.
over.
Well done, pilots. Round of applause. Beautiful slow-mo there of our pilots crashing home. Boom. Fantastic. Oop. So, our pilots looking to push their times and certainly getting faster and faster. The next pilots up, let's send them on the way. Let's not keep you waiting any longer. Please welcome to the stage. We have James TX, Scooby Air, and Wong Legends. So our pilots making themselves comfortable with their goggles down and their thumbs up. They're ready to fly.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. James TX making a fantastic start there. Green quad is already onto the tower. So as they look to push their times on their second time flying this track, James TX with a very smooth, flowy style. He is one of my favorite pilots because he flies at Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, the group where I fly. So I'm a little bit biased, but luckily I'm not in charge of timing. But he goes down, the commentator curses him, and he goes down. So we want to cheer for James TX. If you're on my side of the table, if you want to support Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, cheer for James TX in the green quad. But of course, we also have Wong Legend flying the yellow quad from Drone Circle up near Macclesfield and Manchester. And Scooby Air as well. Scooby Air is another Birmingham Tiny Whoopers pilot, coming all the way from Birmingham to the Luminair drone race to show what can be done by our pilots from across the country. Look at Wong Legend go. Doesn't that yellow quad look good? Can I get an ooh from the audience for Wong Legend? Very nice. Oh, and Wong Legend goes down straight into the cameraman, bouncing under the deck chair of doom. But he's up straight away and flying again up to the star. Beautifully done. Just taking it a bit hot round that corner and taking it into the cameraman.
Finish your lap and then land.
Fantastic. Our pilots just finishing
Race
off their
over.
flight there. Into the crash gate they go. Please, a round of applause for the pilots. Well done, James TX. Clearly very happy with his progress on the track. I think he was flying nice and smoothly, and that is the key, really. If you can fly smooth, usually you have to fly slow, but it ends up being quicker because you crash less. Now these drones are very robust. They can take a good beating. And next out onto stage to beat their quads to death around our lovely track, please welcome Blueprint. Please welcome Brummy and Gen X FPV. Getting them plugged in and on to the stand. Brummy just checking his cables are all in the right order. We've got one pilot ready, two pilots. Changing his channel on his goggles. And he's ready. Let's send them off.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Stage though, as we talk about him, clearly the commentator's pressure adding too much for him. We've got Gen X FPV with a nice yellow quad scooting around under that umbrella now and up and over the starting block, looking wonderful as he flies up to our star that's just rotating nicely up in space there. These pilots taking their second time around this track, starting to push, starting to get a little faster. They want to get a nice, clean flight, but Brummy goes down on the deck chair of doom as it claims another pilot. Audience, what did he crash into? The deck chair of doom. That's right. Claims another pilot. We've got Brummy on the floor. He's spinning just there on the floor. Can he move? He's just scooting along the edge. No, that's it. I think that quad's had a hard time. Maybe he's lost a prop. We're going to have that checked by his pal in the pits. Pilots pushing to give it everything they've got. Quick pilots here. Oh, but Blueprint goes down, messing up a lovely lap he was having just there.
Finish your lap and then land.
Bit of traffic through the deck chair sends Blueprint spinning into space. He just needs to get over to the crash gate because this lap's going to be terrible, bouncing across the floor there. So finishing off his lap, Blueprint takes the star round our disco ball and into the crash gate. Congratulations, pilots! We seem to have lost lights. What's going on there? Well, I'm going to talk to you from the darkness in my little booth. You're going to have to look at my lovely little glowing sign just here. This is Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. If you would like to get involved with Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, you can go online and check us out at our website, Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, on Facebook. Sorry. Hey, we got lights back in the house. Not sure what happened there. As I was saying, btwclub.co.uk is the place to go for all the news and information from the team and volunteers that bring you this spectacular race. We are the race organisers for Lightpool Luminair. So you can use your phone, scan the QR code up on screen there and join us on our website where we have news, information, interviews with pilots from across the country, and lots more, including a little shop there. If you fancy supporting one of the local clubs, one of the small vendors from across the UK, you can buy some of the best drones to get started with on their website. You can get them on Amazon and loads of other places, but it's cheaper on here, and you'll be supporting a local club. But with the lights off, can we just appreciate how lovely our track looks? Can I get an ooh for the Illuminations team? Yeah, very nice. Lovely, sparkly LEDs on our tower, all over the umbrella, the disco ball, and our deck chair of doom. Can I get a deck chair of doom? Well, this might be a good time to talk about some of the other things that you can do at the Luminair Lightpool drone race, because not only are we showcasing some of the best pilots from across the country, we are also giving you the opportunity to take part, to get involved and get your hands on some drones. If you go out to the foyer, you can head up to the gallery where we have 2 different types of drones you can fly. The drones that you see going around here are called Tiny Whoops, and we have some of those available for you to fly up in the gallery. You can get your hands on real drones. You can try it out, see what you think, see if you can get through some hoops, score some points, and give a go for the first time for many people getting their hands on a drone. Got a lovely view there in the pits of Scooby and Brummy, just trying to fix one of the drones. Yep, that's right, chaps, you're on live stream. 2 of the lads from the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers group just trying to sort out something from Brummy's quad, because he went down pretty hard in the last race there. And it looks like he scooted off the edge because something must have broken on his drone. Our pilots are arrayed there over in the pits, making sure they've got all their batteries charged. Hey, the lights are back. Fantastic. Our house lights are back. We've got our wonderful illuminations. Welcome back to the live stream, everyone. Sorry about that. I'm sure the Globe Theatre just steps on a little cable, unplugged it, and we all went down. But no problems. We are back up and running. So Without further ado, please can we welcome to the stage our next pilots. Put your hands together for... We have Archie FPV, Jaggers, and Cruise FPV. Fantastic. Little bit of a pause to bring the tension up for the pilots, get them all nervous about flying in front of you guys. Oh, I think Archie needs a replug. You might notice as Archie flies round, his yellow LEDs kind of flicker on and off. I think it's when he turns left, they kind of go off, and when he turns right, they come back on again. But he's working, we're up and running, brilliant. Our pilots look ready. We're going to send them off running any moment.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. Jaggers making an incredibly quick start. Sorry, Archie making an incredibly quick start there. Archie's drone causing a little bit of problems. He's jumping up and down off the floor. Is he going to be able to fly? It's not looking happy. Yes, he's up and flying. Archie with the yellow quad. Seems to be a lap down now, though, as Jaggers with the bright green LEDs is zipping around that Blackpool Tower nice and tight. Oh, the deck chair of doom strikes again. Of doom, very well done. Well done, audience. So Cruise lining up for the deck chair of doom, goes down hard, just can't quite get it. Jaggers having a wonderful flight here, all the way up and around, really leaning into this track now as he's out here for the second time, really stretching his lead. It's incredible how quickly these pilots are able to learn the track. Archie, it seems, has disappeared somewhere off stage. I'm not sure where he ended up, but riding on board with Cruise here. This beautiful video he's got is a digital video system, one of the newest FPV systems to grace us in the wonderful world of whoops. As you can see, it's nice and crystal clear. There are 2 video systems available to our pilots for racing. You have digital video like this that Cruise is sporting, and I'm wondering if Jaggers is sporting digital or if he's on analog. He's on digital as well. So you see those little sparkles, those are digital sparkles. What this means is the video is a lot better. They get a lot more clear, a lot more high resolution video, but the downside, as Jaggers is finding out, his battery is done. That's it, 2.7 volts. You're not getting any more out of that. The rainbow effect means he is done. The slightly heavier digital video system, oh, a nice little tumble down the deck chair there for Cruise. The slightly heavier digital system means it drains batteries quicker. So you've got the pro, the benefits of a digital system with the video, but the downside is it weighs a little bit more. So we've got Cruise just rounding out his laps now. Into the crash gate he goes. Oh, not quite. Just catching the start gate. Is he up? Doesn't look like he's moving. I think that's all we have from these guys. Please put your hands together for our pilots, Jaggers, Archie, and Cruise. Let's come down and have a chat with our pilots. Jaggers, where is your whoop? He seems to have run out of power. As he digs his whoop out of all the cables dotted around our track, we need to say that the pilots have all been out twice now, so they have started to push their speeds up. They're looking to go as fast as they can. And as Jaggers just gets his whoop back, we'll bring him up here for a quick chat. How are you doing, buddy?
Hello, hi.
Oh, we'll try that again, shall we? How about now?
Hello.
Hello, there we go. Welcome, Jaggers. So, you were absolutely screaming around there, really leaning into it. How's the track been for you?
I've really enjoyed both the tracks that we've had this weekend. It's they've both been really fast, with a tiny little bit of technical, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. This morning's session, I was plagued with problems and technical problems, basically. But I spent lunch basically fixing all my 3 drones. Nothing blew up, so it hasn't cost me too much at all, which is really good.
That's nice.
And yeah, I don't know whether it's the battery connectors or what, but I feel all right on form right now. I seem to be getting really nice, smooth laps, and I'm performing well, so I'm pleased.
Yeah, man, you were absolutely roasting around that track just there. Real smooth flying, which is what we like to see. I know you're a very quick pilot. You and I have been flying for quite a long time together, all the way back in like 2020, 2021 at the Wings and Wheels events. How do you feel you've progressed as a pilot since then?
Bizarrely, I still feel like and still rank in a very similar position now as I did 7 years ago when we were holding events. But that's because as much as I've got better, more and more people in the hobby have joined, and they've all improved as well. So I've never really moved up.
You say that. You were in the finals of the last event we just did in the morning session here, and you got all the way through to the championship. So you are a very fast pilot. Don't underestimate Jaggers here. He's a quick pilot. But you changed part of your flying style during your Whoop adventures. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so many of us used to fly a style called angle mode, which basically means when you let go of the sticks, so when you hold the sticks and let go of them, the drone would go back to center. But now I fly a mode called acro, so if I let go of the sticks, say if I'm pitched forward and I let go, it will continue to go forward until I tell it to come backwards. And it might sound counterintuitive, but basically I feel the other way, I'm always fighting that center point, which I'm not fighting anymore. It also allows me to do flips and rolls.
Which is great fun with these whoops.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of pilots, the top racing pilots, all fly in acro mode. It's a lot easier to get started in angle mode, where it always comes back to level. So if you panic and you feel like you're going to crash, you can just be like, okay, fingers off the sticks, it comes back to level, and then you're like, okay, now I can carry on flying. But when you get up to flying as fast as Jaggers here and the fastest racers in the world, they are all flying what we call acro mode. And that is when they put it at an angle, it will stay there until they tell it to come back again. And that means they can do fabulous tricks.
There are a couple of exceptions, Matt, to the rule with this.
Yes.
Dan Carpy and Archie both fly angle mode, and they are destroying me this weekend, so maybe I need to go back.
So there are pros and cons to both, and they're fast. I am an angle mode advocate because... But thank you very much. Take your whoop back, keep it in good condition for your next flights. Please, round of applause for our pilots there. Now, having flown twice, let's get our next pilots out. Who do we have next? Please welcome to the stage The Hand, Dan Carpy, and Dirty McStinky. As they line up, this will be the third time out. This will be the fast one, because if they've not got a fast lap in now, this is the one they want to do it on. After this, they will only have one more, and if they still haven't got a fast one, that will be a safety one. So look for some fast laps. Here we go.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off immediately. Dan Carpy jumping off the line there. Trigger fingers. The hand goes down on the disco ball. But Dan and Dirty McStinky chasing each other around the deck chair, up and over the start gate, up to the start. They are flying hard and fast. Unlucky for the hand, he goes down again. He looks like he's trapped under a wire under our gates. I hope that isn't the end of his race, but the deck chair of doom strikes. Audience, what happened to the deck chair of doom? He's up, Dan Carby's up, but he can't get it. He's got twitchy fingers. And he's through and up and running, but he's lost a whole lap to Dirty McStinky, who has just carried on flying. Oh, but the Han, he's up. Congratulations to the Ham. He's back up and flying, looking to get some fast laps as we go on board with them now. The Han goes down again, just pushing too hard. We'll go on board with Dirty McStinky, flying wonderfully into the crash gate. He goes, happy with his laps. Dan Carpy and the Han, both pilots from Drone Circle up near Manchester, have a fantastic community up there, looking to grow their influence in the Whoop community. The Han is so quick. Oh, and he goes down, unfortunately, letting Carpy through. These two fly together very regularly as we go on board with Dan Carpy, one of the fastest Whoop pilots in the UK. Recently won the Tiny Whoop UK League, battling off hundreds of pilots from across the UK. He's come here today to show you what a Whoop can do. Dirty McStinky has turned off
Finish
his
your
video.
lap and then land.
He's done. He's happy with his laps. Dan Carpy just enjoying going round and round the the Blackpool Tower as the Han crosses the line and into the crash gate he goes. Congratulations, pilots.
Race over.
Excellent flights. Look at this wonderful slow-mo as they both come in. 1, 2. Fantastic. Now looking to push their times. Our pilots are really going to be putting pedal to the metal. As you heard from Jaggers, lots of different flying styles out there. I prefer angle. Lots of the pilots here fly acro. We will find out who ends up winning and maybe what the better style is. But welcoming onto the stage next, our pilots. Next up, please put your hands together for James TX, Scooby Air, and Wong Legend. Fantastic as they settle themselves into their pilot seats with their goggles on and their thumbs up. Let's set them off.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And James TX is first through the star and the green quad, looking to push now. Third time out, looking to get his best times. And he seems to have hit the furniture. James TX goes down. Will he be able to get himself out from the curtains? We will find out soon. So it is Wong Legend with the yellow quad and Scooby Air with the red quad going up to the star, flying nice and smooth. Yes, James TX joins us back on air. Here he is. Wong Legend, another Drone Circle pilot, coming all the way from Manchester to fly with us here at the Blackpool Luminair drone race. Oh, but getting taken down by the deck chair of doom. Audience, he got hit by the deck chair of doom. Now, don't forget, guys, here in the audience with us, if you fancy going on board with these drones, you can get your hands on a set of goggles down at the front with the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers volunteers. They are waiting to show you what FPV is all about. So if you fancy that, come down to the front, grab some goggles, and you will be able to ride along with our pilots. Wong Legend seems to be stuck on the floor. What's going on? He's stuck there in the middle. His LED's burning away, but he's not moving. Maybe he's lost a prop. Maybe he's broken a wire. Oh, but James TX
Finish your lap
bounces across
and
the
then
floor. He's back up. He's fine and flying. But the klaxon means that's the end of their flight. They're going to finish off their lap. Oh, James not quite getting through the deck chair. As Scooby Air parks it in the crash gate with James TX not far behind, bringing it home into the crash gate. Fantastic pilots,
Race over.
Congratulations. Well done. Beautiful action replay there of James TX coming in hot. So, at the Luminair drone race, there's also stuff you can get your hands on upstairs. It is the newest sport in drone racing. It is, of course, the drone soccer ball. This is a drone you can crash around. All of the pilots here, every time they crash, they waste time. They are not going to get round, and they're going to lose their position. So, but this is the drone you can fly that can take a beating. There is a protective net around it, meaning you can't get to the propellers. Nothing's going to break. It just bounces. Let's not throw it off the stage, shall we, Matt? And this is the newest hobby in the UK with drones. These guys have come over, brought the sport over from Korea, where there are over 2,000 teams competing in Korea and the East, and coming into the UK to start this new hobby. We're fantastically pleased to have them here with us, because you can give it a go upstairs with the drone soccer balls. They have these ready and waiting to give it a go. So if you fancy giving that a go, head up there. But without any more delay, let's welcome to the stage our next pilots. Please welcome Blueprint, Brummy, and Gen X FPV. Look at our lovely whoops there sitting on the starting block. You might be wondering what those numbers are. That is the video channel that they are flying on. In those goggles, they have different video channels to make sure they don't get them all confused. But their goggles are down and their thumbs are up, so let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
They are off. Brummy taking a tumble off the start line, letting Blueprint and Gen X get out ahead. But it's all gone wrong for Gen X, who is stuck in the tower. He manages to wiggle himself free. Will he get back up and flying? Yes, Gen X is up and flying again. Clearly just pushing it a little quick. But he's still got time to get those two all-important quick laps down. So this one will be a bit slow, but next time he crosses our timing gate, he'll be able to start some fast laps. So settle the nerves, bring it round, and start those fast laps. Blueprint, meanwhile, clearly going for the slow but smooth. Smooth is fast style. Coming from Tiny Whip, Staffordshire. One of the newest drone racing clubs in the UK, and it looks like Brummy has gone down hard in the center of the track. He's upside down. Can he engage turtle mode? Yes, that's right, guys. if you crash and you land on your head, you can flip yourself back up the right way and carry on, because nobody wants to be stuck on their lid like a turtle. He's up and going. All of our pilots going as quick as they can around this track. Giving it their all, taking a few tumbles. The third time they're out.
Finish your lap and then land.
They want to make it count. They want to go as fast as possible and get seeded into the final positions as highly as possible. But the deck chair of doom just rejected Gen X there as he comes around to finish his lap. He heads into the crash gate, leaving Brummy out, getting just caught up. Oh dear, he looks very stuck there. Is he going to be able to wiggle himself free? I don't think so. I think he's stuck. So pilots,
race over.
We'll call it there. Thank you very much. Big round of applause for our pilots, please. Blueprint, Brummy and Gen X. Our pilot's going to collect their quads. Brummy just untangling his whoop from the deck chair there. So, as they collect their quads, we're going to go to our next pilots up. Please welcome to the stage, Cruise, FPV, and Jaggers. Now you might notice we are missing one of our pilots, Archie FPV. He won't be joining us for this one. He's sacrificing this round to fix his whoop. He took a tumble, did some damage, and needs to make some small repairs. So he's decided to sit this one out, get those repairs so he can take part and fly the rest of the evening. So with 2 pilots up, their goggles are down. Their thumbs are up. Let's send them round to improve on their
quads,
times.
starting on the tone in less than 5.
What a beautiful start for Jaggers there. Absolutely screaming around, being chased by Cruise FPV in the red drone. Both of these pilots with a lot more airspace than they expected to have. Jaggers sending it fast with Cruise on his tail. Oh, they're getting rejected by the tower's pole there. What a fantastic job they're doing flying around, flying on board with Cruise as he just gets caught up on one of the whoop gates there. We'll go back on with Jaggers, looking at that wonderful video. Zipping around our fantastic Blackpool Tower and onto the deck chair of doom. Can we get a deck chair of doom? The deck chair of doom, claiming Jaggers and slowing down one of his fast laps, but he's done so many laps already, he's probably put in a real set of fast ones, because that's what they're going for, 2 fast consecutive laps. As Cruise goes down into the furniture, he's lost. Is he going to be able to get back up? Who knows? He's not making a reappearance. So the whole place for Jaggers as he's right in front of our cameraman on the floor. He's lost. He's stuck. I don't think he's going to recover from that. So with
race over.
1 guy not flying, 2 guys stuck, our drone race ends there. Please give a round of applause for our pilots, sending as fast as they can. let's go and have a chat with our pilots there. Cruz, you went down there, you are. But bring it up to the front. Let's have a chat about how that drone race went. Cruz, you were cruising.
Yes, after the name, yeah.
That was going really well for you. Then all of a sudden, what happened?
I think I hit the gate. The deck chair.
The deck chair of doom.
Yeah, catches me out every time.
The deck chair of doom every time catches people out.
Yeah.
How's your race been going so far?
A bit better this time. I was struggling a bit at the beginning, but yeah, put my throttle cap up, and it's coming together.
Got a bit more
right
speed.
At the end.
Right at the end, yeah, just before going into
Yeah.
the thing. That's the thing, you don't want to make changes on race day, really.
No.
I've been told anyway. Do you find that the extra speed helps on this track?
With the whoops, yes. I normally fly 5-inch, so this is a little bit new to me.
So 5-inch drones for everyone at home and in the audience. They are drones that are about this size and they weigh about 500 to 700 grams. These whoops weigh about 35 grams. They are super lightweight and that's why you can fly them pretty safely indoors. 5-inch racing is a little bit scary for me. Do you prefer 5-inch or whoop racing?
In the summer, I prefer the 5-inch, get outside and really rip it. But these are great fun for indoors and when it's cold and wet outside.
Exactly. We've got terrible weather here today at the Blackpool Luminair drone race. So we'll let you go back to the pits. Well done.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well done, pilots. That means our pilots have been round 3 times. Their scores are on the doors. Let's check out our qualifying leaderboard and see where our pilots land. So Dirty McStinky maintaining his position at the top of the tree, knocking 2 seconds off and just staying ahead of Dan Carpy, but there's only 0.6 of a second in it. Nearly, actually, only 0.5. They're not even half a second separating our top 2, Dirty McStinky and Dan Carpy. Jaggers, as we heard from earlier, having a fantastic race, really feeling on form. I think it was the tweaks he was doing at lunch that have made all the difference, making it up to 3rd. That is the highest he's qualified so far all weekend. We now have Gen X in 4th and James TX in 5th. Our highest ranking Birmingham Tiny Whoopers pilot, so come on Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, we can do it. Well done, James. Not that I'm biased at all being the commentator, I can't possibly do that. But we have the Han in 6th, Blueprint in 7th, also qualifying highest he has so far this event. Scooby Air in 8th, Blueprint and Scooby both fly at the same event, so they are very competitive, so they'll be going backwards and forwards, I know. Archie sat out that one deliberately. We know he's a very fast pilot, also flies with Jaggers, so they train together at Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club. We know he can do better. I expect to see him jump up because he's got one more battery to come. We'll see where he ends up on the leaderboard. And down in 10th we have Cruise FPV, Wong Legend in 11th and Brummy in 12th. So for the last time up on qualifying, please welcome our next pilots to the stage. We have the Han, Dirty McStinky and Dan Carpy. Are we missing someone? Pardon? Archie plugged in. Oh, okay. Archie, you've done this before. We give him a little telling off over there in the pits. But we want him to fly this round. We want him to be able to get a score on the board. He's got a couple of moments just to plug in as we sort something out. So while we do that, why don't I talk to you about drone soccer? I'm going to come back down to the front of the stage and show you the drone soccer ball a little bit closer up. Because one of the newest hobbies in drone racing, we have the drone soccer ball. This is very robust. It has a cage around it, which allows you to bump into each other. And upstairs, you will find them giving a go. But to demonstrate live on TV, we're going to see whether Mini Rolls can actually fly a drone soccer ball. There we go. There is a drone soccer ball flying around. Now, they're very safe. They can fly into each other. It's not a problem. They're very safe. This is the newest hobby in the UK. Come all the way over from Korea and the East. And our wonderful drone soccer team are over there giving a go to people. Now, drone soccer is basically five-a-side football in the air. Whoop. Go that way, shall we? There we go. So with soccer, like down the park with your mates, it is five-a-side. So you have two teams. They all fly like this, line of sight, looking directly at the ball. And they try and score by getting their ball through a hoop. But because you're allowed to crash into each other, the drone soccer balls bounce each other out of the way and try and prevent each other. So you have defenders, you have midfielders, you have strikers. There's a whole load of tactics and special features and shapes that they can do, but I'm going to try and land it without dropping it off the stage. There we go. Hey! So if you want to give a go at drone soccer, thank you. Head on up to the gallery where you can check it out, get it hands on a drone soccer ball and try out flying for yourself. It's incredibly good fun. We've all given it a go after hours and we love it. So we hope some more people will go up there and enjoy that too. But let's get our pilots plugged in and racing, shall we? Their last time qualifying. Let's get them plugged in. We'll have the Han, Dan Carpy, and Dirty McStinky. Our pilots are goggles down and thumbs up. We'll send them on their way
Arm
for
your
their
quads,
final qualifying
starting
run.
on the tone in less than 5.
They're up, and the hand through the gate first. Dirty McStinky and Dan Carpy zipping up behind him and taking the lead. It is Dirty McStinky. Neck and neck they go, both very fast pilots taking incredibly tight lines, but Dan Carpy gets rejected by the star, taking a tumble. Starting his next lap. The hand now tackling the star that is rotating quite quickly, making that a little bit more difficult to get through, but not that so difficult that it's any problem for Dirty McStinky as he tackles the tower. These pilots incredibly quick, going up and around the starting block to the star, and a rejection from the star. Maybe he slowed it down from spinning a little bit. That will probably help everyone out. But Dirty McStinky's gone down, leaving Dan Carpy and the hand flying. Dirty McStinky's happy with his laps. He thinks that's as fast as he can go, and I don't blame him. He was absolutely ripping round. But Dan Carpy hates his lipo. He wants to stretch it to the limit. Sponsored by Newbie Drone with their brand new batteries. Oh, but a big hit for the hand on the invisible cable. Sends him tumbling. I think the hand decided to go for a new lap there to make sure he starts a good one. As the timer ticks away, this is the last qualifying time they get. The hand finishing off his lap. Dan Carpy is done.
Finish your lap and then land.
Into the crash gate
Race
they go.
over.
Fantastic flying from our pilots. Well done. We get a fabulous replay of the hand piling into the crash gate there. Fantastic. So what are they fighting for? What are our pilots aiming for today? They are going for this wonderful trophy. Let me spin it back around a little bit. There we go. The Luminair Lightpool Drone Race trophy sat beside me, mirroring our lovely star up in the heavens. This is what everybody will be working their way towards. But for the last time qualifying, let's welcome to the stage our pilots. Please put your hands together for James TX, Scooby Air, and Wong Legend. With the whoops on the block, lovely and lit up there. We've got a green drone, we've got a red drone, we've got a yellow drone. So if you want to whoop for James TX and Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, I want you to cheer for the green drone. Scooby Air as well for Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, and Wong Legend for Drone Circle. Their goggles are down, their thumbs are up. Let's get them flying. They're off and flying. The announcer obviously turned down just for that launch, but the tone got through and they are off and flying. So Scooby Air and James TX, local pilots flying together all the time with a lovely friendly rivalry against Wong Legend of Drone Circle. Oh, but Wong Legend gets caught up. I think he's inside there, but he gets out. He's out and flying again, nearly getting caught up in the prison that is the whoop prison, shall we say, of the Blackpool Tower. Wong Legend going the Wong way. No, he's got it right. He's back on track. Back across the deck chair of doom, and the deck chair of doom claims another pilot. And another one. James TX goes down. Audience, can we get a deck chair of doom? Of doom. Lovely jubbly. But he's back up and flying, setting those laps, trying to qualify as high as possible. As they whip round, using their whoops to their max, draining those batteries.
Finish your lap and then land.
Has that been the fastest lap? If they can't go any faster, that's it. One, two, into the crash gate. Three, what a fantastic
Race
end
over.
to our race. Let's see them come in slow-mo. One, two, and bringing up the rear. Scooby Air landing in our crash gate there. Fantastic. Now, these whoops, let's get a close-up on the whoops because they are pretty special. Where's my whoop? There's my whoop. Our whoop is lit up in front of you. This is what they are flying. It is a tiny little drone. It is very small, but covered in LEDs. Now, these drones are very, very lightweight, but we like to call them the go-karts of the Formula One world. And I'd like to think they are the highest form of technology in drone racing because they've managed to cram onto that single PCB all of the components needed to fly the drone. On board there, you have a radio connected to your handset to interpret your movements. You have a flight controller knowing which way up you are at all times and which way you are facing. You have a motor controller operating 4 motors pulling 9 or 10 amps, which is an incredible amount of power. Not only that, but the camera on there feeds into the flight controller, picks up some information, and is then transmitted back with a video transmitter to the pilots. All of that going on one board makes them the height of technology. So let's see what our next drone pilots can do with these little craft. Please welcome to the stage, we have Blueprint, Brummy, and Gen X FPV. As Blueprint sets his LEDs to flash, getting himself into race mode. All of these drones looking a little bit different to each other. That's part of the fun of tiny whooping. You can customize them to your heart's desire. With their goggles down and their thumbs are up, we will set them off.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Off and running. Blueprint gets through safely, but it looks like Gen X goes down hard, leaving Brummy to take on the Blackpool Tower. It doesn't look like Gen X. Yes, he's back up and running. Fantastic. Good news to see him flying again. Brummy taking a tour into the pits. I wonder if we'll see him again. Looking to push their times to the max. This is the last time of qualifying, so they're going to want to do the best they can. Flying on board with all our pilots here, getting a view in first person of these drones as Blueprint goes around our disco ball to the base of the Blackpool Tower. He's really pushing from tiny whip staffs. Oh, but he goes down on the deck chair of doom. What do we say? The deck chair of doom. That's right, audience. Claims another one. Brummy goes down on the deck chair of doom. We have a deck chair of doom. Gen X up and over, chasing Blueprint. We go on board with Gen X now. We can see the LEDs in his thing. Oh, we just missed that. He's going to go back for it. But we are on board with Blueprint as he tackles the deck chair. There he is, chasing down, but he goes down hard. Seeing those lights head off in front, he's going to have to chase them down.
Finish your lap and then land.
So that's all the time the pilots had. Let's send them into the crash gate. Blueprint doing a little pirouette there. Brummy coming around to park in the crash gate.
Race
and
over.
Cruz finishing off his lap up to the star, around the tower and into the crash gate. Oh, he's done. Is he in? There he's in. Well done. Well done, pilots. Fantastic flying. Very well done. Now, sad news from the pits. Our youngest pilot, Archie FPV, was not able to save his whoop. It looks like he won't be joining us in this race at all. So being left down midfield in qualifying. We'll have to see if we can catch him later. So if we welcome to the stage our pilots for their final time out on track, we have Cruise FPV and Jaggers. As our pilots get ready, this will be the last time out, their last chance to get their scores on the boards, qualifying as high as possible. Getting comfortable on their pilot seats, we have thumbs up. Let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off and flying. Jaggers just taking a big tumble there on the deck chair of doom, and so does our other pilot. What does that mean, audience? We want a deck chair of doom. Can I hear? Deck chair of doom, that's right. But back up and running, and with plenty of battery left, he is going to give it his all. Jaggers screaming around the Blackpool Tower there, with Cruise FPV doing just the same, trying to get the best times they can. Jaggers with the yellow quad there, making beautiful work of the tower. Cruise flying in red, just cruising around. Oh, a little bump there by Cruise, but a quick reset lets him keep that momentum going. Giving it their all, making those batteries scream. Can they take it for 2 whole minutes of full throttle? I think Jaggers has called it. His battery's not happy. He's parked it in the crash gate, leaving Cruise nice, clean air to cruise around. As we're on board with Cruise, he's definitely got the clearest video of any pilot I've seen today. I'm going to have to ask him what secret sauce he's using to polish his lens. My race director just told me that's the Lux camera, a bit different. Well done, pilots. It parks it in the crash gate.
Race over.
Getting the best times they can. Congratulations. I'm going to come down to the front and talk to you about our whoop gates here, if my lovely assistant would pass me a gate. Thank you very much. Because these gates that we see before us, like it would light up if I had a battery. But these are our gates. They are very lightweight and they are made of 3D printed parts. So these connectors here, you can print at home. You can go on Printables or Thingiverse and look for the conveniently and easy to remember name, the Killer Quads Conduit Whoopgate Project. Did you get that? No, of course you didn't. What you want to look for is Killer Quads. They are a Midlands-based drone racing club, and they have put together a fabulous library of parts that you can print at home. The Killer Quads Conduit Whoopgate Project. It is used across the world. We've seen videos from Japan, from China, from South America, North America, all over Europe using these connectors. And so you can print these at home and make them yourself. Coupled with this PVC conduit you can get from Screwfix and B&Q and places like that. You throw in some LEDs and you have yourself a whoop gate of any size, shape and form you like. It's basically a Lego kit for making your own gates, and then you can set them out in your living room at home and fly them around. It means you can turn the real world into a video game. You can fly around tables and chairs, a couple of these, and you've got yourself a racetrack. I've even been flying under my dog. He's not very happy about it, but it's quite good fun. But because we've got whoops that have guards around their propellers, and that keeps them very safe. And being so light, it means you're not going to knock your mum's favourite china off the mantelpiece and break that either. So get yourself a set of Killer Quads gates, print them up at home, make yourself a whoop track, and join in. And you too can be a drone racer joining us at these wonderful events up and down the country, including the Luminair Blackpool race. So with all of our pilots having qualified, let's see what their scores are on the doors. Who has qualified where on our F1 tower? And it looks like Dirty McStinky has been knocked off the top spot by Dan Carpy, back on form, the fastest whoop pilot. He is claiming that back during qualifying, doing 2 laps in under 30 seconds. That means each lap is done in less than 15 seconds. Incredible to see how fast these pilots can whip around our track. Dan Carpy sitting in at number 1. Dirty McStinky just knocks off the top there. Just half a second separate them. Incredibly close. Jagger's doing incredibly well, making a bit of progress, keeping up in 3rd position. We have James TX moving up a spot into 4th, qualifying 4th. Well done, James. Yeah, come on, Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. The Hand of Drone Circle in 5th. Blueprint from Tiny Whoop Staffordshire in 6th. Scooby Air in 7th. Archie, unfortunately, didn't make the repairs he needed to carry on flying, so he had to skip some. I know he's a fast pilot. We will see in the finals if he can make it. So sitting in 8th. Gen X in 9th. Cruise FPV rounding out our top 10. Wong Legend in 11th. And Brummy in 12th. So round of applause for our pilots and qualifying. Now qualifying is done, we are going to seed our pilots into our final structure. This is called double eliminations, and it's where everything gets very serious. The pilots are now going to be sorted into these races from 1 to 4 down the side when they update. Because technology, there we go, they're on. So our pilots are sorted into races 1 to 4. They will all get to race. They have 2 lives now. They will be trying to fly as fast as possible, and it doesn't matter about the time anymore. It matters about your position. If you are in position 1 and 2 in your race, you go through. If you are in position 3 or 4, you lose a life and you drop out. There are only 2 lives, hence double eliminations. This is your first chance. If we bring up on screen our elimination side, we will see where our losers end up in the redemption bracket. So if you lose 1 life, you go across to the redemption bracket. That is where you have 1 life left. If you come in 1st and 2nd, you go through. If you come in 3rd or 4th, you lose your 2nd life and you are out. You are going home. That is all we have for you. So from our pilots, we're going to whittle down to the top 4 and end up at the championship race. That is where they are all headed. That's where we want to see our fastest pilots. Let's get this show on the road. Please give a big round of applause for our pilots. Starting off double eliminations. Welcome to the stage, James TX, Blueprint, and Wong Legend, I believe. Yeah? Gen X, Wong Legend. Wong Legend, it is Wong Legend. While our race director just confirms who's flying. Okay guys, if you want to unplug your quads, stop them from overheating, we'll sort out who's meant to be up there. I'll listen out for our race director in my ear and I'll let you know when we're back. Just going to sort out our pilots of course, with technological racing, we have technological problems. So while gremlins are extracted from our computers, dried off with a hairdryer and sent back, we will be back with them shortly. But in the meantime, if you fancy giving a go at drone racing and you don't fancy a physical one, you can also get involved digitally. There are drone simulators out there, and our wonderful supporters from the BMFA, the British Model Flyers Association, are here with their simulator stations out in the foyer. You can try out flying all sorts of different craft. There are whoops, 5-inch quads, fixed wing craft like planes. They call them fixed wing because they're modelers, but planes, helicopters, all sorts. And you can do that from the comfort of a nice comfy chair like this with a brew at home, or you can do it here at the Luminair Lightpool drone race. The BMFA, of course, has been looking out for model flyers for over 100 years now. That's right. They have been looking out for our interests, keeping us flying in the air around the UK, making sure we meet all of our legal obligations and things. Now, speaking of legal obligations, they've put together a nice handy pack that tells you very clearly what you're allowed to do with drones in the UK, because there are some laws we have to abide by. If you are flying outdoors, you've got to meet some strict requirements. But if we're flying indoors like this with our lovely little whoops, then we don't have to follow any of those because we're not going to go outside. And that means we don't need to worry about any laws. We can just fly around as we like. Now, we've put up netting so that you guys aren't bumped into, but really, you can fly these around anywhere you like. Most of the drone clubs up and down the country, they fly in pubs, in offices, village halls, things like that. And you can go along there and join in. The pilots are now all sorted and ready to fly, so we'll get those whoops plugged in. With James TX, Scooby Air and Wong Legend up first, flying to survive. These are the races that matter. With the pilots' goggles down and their thumbs up, we'll send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And off they go. 1, 2, 3 through the star. A little bit of a touch, and James TX goes down in the netting. Maybe one of our minions can collect him, but he's up, he's flying. Didn't take long at all. So we have Scooby Air leading Wong Legend through the umbrella, but James TX will be chasing now. He is currently in 3rd place and in the drop zone. Wong Legend just having to go back and redo the deck chair because he missed one, letting James TX get through. Now sitting in 2nd place behind Scooby Air. Up and around the tower they go. Scooby Air leading James TX. But Wong Legend isn't going to be there for long. He is pushing to catch up. He's just one section behind, but he goes down hard on the deck chair of doom, claiming another pilot. Can we hear a deck chair of doom from our audience? Very well done. Deck chair of doom claiming one. And Scooby Air goes down. I don't know where he's gone. His red lights have disappeared off stage, leaving James TX in 1st with Wong Legend chasing him down in 2nd. Coming around to finish off, it is James TX into the crash gate first, finishing off his 3 laps. And Wong Legend again getting caught up on the deck chair of doom. It looks like Scooby is lost to Never Never Land. But rounding out his 3rd and final lap, we have Wong Legend. Please put your hands together as he comes round through the star, through the disco ball and into the crash gate. Congratulations, pilots.
Race over.
That means we have scores for our pilots as they come down to collect their whoops. Where did Scooby Air end up? It looks like he's probably under the stage somewhere. We'll find him, I'm sure. But James TX taking first place there. Scooby Air getting lost, which meant that Wong Legend gets second. They will be progressing through our winner's side of double eliminations. Scooby Air loses a life, and he will be going across. We'll catch up with him later. Scooby, I believe it's over there. We might have to find that one, because if we leave a whoop plugged in, it will be messing with the video for the rest of our pilots. Of course, we don't want that to happen, so while we dig out the whoop, it's very close, but it looks like it's under the stage. Not a problem. Someone's going to go and collect him and unplug him. But that means we're going to be moving on to our next pilot up. Coming up on stage next, we have Jaggers, Blueprint, and Cruise FPV. Getting themselves ready for these finals races. The nerves ratchet up a little bit, because now racing matters. If you come in third or fourth, you lose a life. So you want to be in the top 2 spots. Oh, quick replug for Jaggers there. Oh, I think he put in a dead battery. Managing your batteries in the pits is all important. You want to make sure you've got a fresh lipo ready to go. So, fresh one plugged in on the pilot's podium. We have thumbs up. Let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off, jumping off the line. Jaggers first up, closely followed by Blueprint, who makes it into the bottom of the tower first. And Cruise FPV chasing them down now, currently sitting in the elimination spot with the red drone. We've got Jaggers out in first, starting up to the star, with Blueprint hot on his tail now with the multicolor drone, and Cruise in third position with the red drone. He's sitting in the elimination spot. He wants to catch up Blueprint if he can get himself through to the next final without losing a life. But with a nice smooth flight, Jaggers is really taking it home, but that's the mistake that Cruise was waiting for. Blueprint has made a mistake and gone down. Will he have enough time to catch up? And he goes down again on the deck chair, claiming another pilot, letting Cruise get even closer. Will he be able to reset in time? Because Jaggers is done. Cruise just overtaking Blueprint now into second place. It looks like Blueprint has lost a position. Who's going to make it through last? Can Cruise cruise home? Or is Blueprint going to get him? Up to the star he goes. Blueprint goes down hard just in front of the cameraman, but Cruise gets across the line and into the crash gate, taking second place and securing his position moving forward. Blueprint, unfortunately, going to be losing a life, but not to worry. We will catch up with him later. Congratulations, pilots.
Race over.
Very tight race at the end there. The pressure just getting to Blueprint as he made a mistake and ceded that position to Cruise FPV, who I'm sure is very happy to have done that. Now, as they go up to collect their whoops, we're ready with our next set of pilots. So please put your hands together for Dirty McStinky, The Han, and Gen X FPV. Making sure he's on the correct channel, getting all plugged and prepared. Lovely shot of Dirty's whoop there with all those LEDs. One of the brightest pilots for sure. I think we will go for a replug here. If you want to just unplug the quads and let Gen X sort himself out. The Han. Dirty, do you want to unplug the Han and let him get a new battery? So as we look at the Han just checking out his drone. The Han comfortably there, just waiting for the other pilots. He's chilling in his own little zone, getting prepared for this race. Not a problem. Nice thumbs up from our drone circle pilot there. It looks like Gen X has sorted himself out. Dirty McStinky is lighting up the drones and getting ready to fly. So, thumbs up from our pilots. Let's send them on their way.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
A twitchy start there from Gen X, but they are off. And Dirty McStinky leading the race with the Han and Gen X chasing him. Oh, the Han goes down on the deck chair. Gen X sneaks through with the red quad, just moving up into second place behind Dirty McStinky and his brightly multicolored quad. That means the Han's gonna have to chase him, but he's a quick pilot. He's already on his tail. You can see him chasing the red quad now. If we go on board with the Han, let's see him chase down Gen X, and he's gonna make the move any moment, and he both go down. Who's gonna get the position? It looks like Gen X is up quicker, so the Han's gonna have to carry on chasing across the deck chair, but the pressure is too much, giving Gen X a bit of free air to get ahead. Dirty McStinky, meanwhile, cruising ahead all the way around to the crash gate. He is done, so we've got half a lap for the Han to chase down Gen X. Can he do it? Can he catch up? But no, he just touches down again on the stairs there. The pressure getting to him. He don't think he's going to catch him because Gen X is all the way up in the star, coming around to the disco ball, and into the crash gate goes Gen X. He's in, taking second place with
Race
the
over.
Han coming in third. Fantastic flying from our pilots there. Looks like the Han just suffered a few nerves. The Han, let's catch up with you at the front of the stage here for a moment. So, the Han, how was that race for you?
I switched to acro mode.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
that's why you can go faster, but,
Yeah, but
are you usually an angle mode pilot?
angle for life, but
Angle for life.
Angle
exactly.
for life.
Angle for life. It's a lot easier to get started with angle, and you can get so far in drone racing with angle, but you decided to go acro mode.
I did, yeah.
What made you make that change?
My qualifying time.
Qualifying, was it a lot better?
It was, yeah.
Wow, okay, so the step from angle to acro gave you an advantage in qualifying.
It did.
But maybe the twitchy thumbs,
Yes.
bit of reverting to
Yes.
normality. Okay. So what do you reckon now? You're going to switch back
To angle mode. and
Feel
then
comfortable?
Feel comfortable, yeah.
Wicked. You look very chill up on the podium there, I have to say.
You've got to be, haven't you?
Yeah, just chilling out,
You have,
waiting for
yeah.
everyone else to faff around. Yeah.
Make sure your own equipment's right first.
Exactly,
And then
exactly.
off you go.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Han. We will
Thank you, Matt.
see you again, I'm sure, because he was lost to life now, but he will be back in the redemption brackets. So, shall we welcome to the stage our next pilots? Please put your hands together for Archie FPV, Brummy, and Dan Carpy. Now it looks like Archie has solved his problem. He's flying again, which we like to see. We don't want to leave any of our pilots behind, so lovely to see him back up and flying. As our pilots settle their nerves, Archie qualifying right down, but will he be able to fly this recently fixed quad? Is everything working? Let's find out now as they go live to our race.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Dan Carpy is gone. He's gone. So fast off the line with Brummy and Archie chasing him down, but Archie has disappeared. I think his fix wasn't permanent. Maybe he used blue tack instead of sticky tape. What has happened? Because Dan Carpy's up and running, getting a little tied up there on the umbrella, but still up and running with Brummy chasing quite comfortably in second place. I can see Archie's up and running again. Well, you might be able to see him. He hasn't got any LEDs. So we have an invisible quad chasing down our leaders. Dan Carpy, round to the star he goes. Brummy sitting on the floor. Can he get up and flying? Because he's got a bit of a lead over Archie, who's still having problems. Sat right in the center of stage. It looks like he hasn't managed to fix his drone perfectly. Such a fast pilot, but it's not quite working. But he looks like he's going now. So will he be able to catch up? Basically a lap behind Brummy, who's sitting pretty in second position. It looks like he might have lost a life here because Dan Carpy is done. 1, 2, 3 laps, he's done. Brummy's taking it nice and smooth as he comes up and around with plenty of time to finish his laps because Archie have had so many problems. It looks like he's a whole lap and a half behind. I don't think he's been able to catch him as Brummy sets off on another lap. We've got Archie chasing him hard. Will he catch him or will he make a mistake? Brummy goes down. That can't be good for his time. Archie looks like he may have just overtaken Brummy there, but I'm not sure the right number of laps have been done. I think Brummy might be starting a longer lap. But the invisible quad of Archie is up and flying. Brummy's off, up to the star. He goes round and gets caught in the neck, but he's still flying. Come on, send it home to the crash gate. Brummy, oh!
Race over.
Neck and neck there across into the crash gate. I'm not sure who came in what position. We're going to have to check with our race director to find out who goes through and who loses a life, because that was race 4. Let's come down and have a chat about our leaderboard, because looking at the scores on the doors, we have our double elimination tree up on screen for you. Races 1, 2, 3 and 4 are done. You can see the little trophies there indicating they move up. So from race 1 and 2, they're moving into race 5. They move forwards on the winner's track towards the championships. We've got James TX, Wong Legend, Jaggers and Cruise FPV coming out next. And now looking at race number 3 and 4, they will be progressing on to race 6. So you see Archie there, unfortunately doesn't get a trophy. He won't be progressing. He has lost a life. We will be catching up with him in the redemption bracket. Dan Carpy and Brummy go through. Fantastic result for Brummy there, who I know tries really hard to keep up with these guys. Going into race 6, we will catch up with Dirty McStinky, Genix, Dan Carpy and Brummy in a moment. So moving on to race 5, please, let's get this one started with our drone pilots coming out onto stage now. We have James TX on his own. Hey! James TX working the crowd for Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, representing the Midlands. Tiny Whoop club that he races at regularly. Let's go and have a chat with James while we wait for the other pilots to come down to the front, shall we? Join us at the front here, James, because having great fun with the crowd. Let's put that on. There we go.
Oh, hey.
Hey, nice to see you, James. Thank you for being a good sport coming out on stage when cued. Not sure where any of the other pilots are. They know what's coming, so no excuses, really.
Yeah, well, I'll happily take a race on my own. I mean,
yeah, guaranteed win.
I can only come first.
So, when did you get started in drones?
I think I must have started about 3 years ago now. But really, I've only got into tiny whoops maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay, so before that, what were you flying?
I was mainly on 5-inch, so kind of bigger drones before that. And then the weather got poor and started raining, and then we had to come inside.
Little bit of a hazard.
These little things can go anywhere, so yeah, all year round.
Little bit of a hazard in the UK. The weather usually stops play for some reason, so being able to fly anytime, day or night, in the house is really useful. What whoop did you get started with?
I think it was a Mobula 6, maybe, kind of a very old one, but I've still got it. But I think over the course of a year or so, like I've replaced every component on it, so it's not the same drone anymore. But
so it's a little bit like Trigger's broom, if anybody knows that reference. But that is a really solid quad, and clearly lasted the test of time if you've still got that one flying.
Oh yeah.
So what are you flying these days?
Oh, this is one I built myself, so you just go online, you pick the parts out to kind of what suits you and your budget, and then you can plug it together at home and get flying.
Exactly. Now, these quads can be customized fully. There are a whole range of parts out there. You are sporting some fantastic colors on yours, sporting the BTW green, which I'm very happy you're doing most of the time.
Yeah, and having LEDs all around the outside definitely makes it look a whole lot more enjoyable to watch a race. It does drain a lot of battery power, but it's worth it.
Exactly. That's why we're only doing 3 laps here, I think, on these fast tracks with these drones. But can I ask, what's been your favorite part of this track?
Oh, I really love this front sweeping bit. You can really get some speed up and then start swirling around the tower at the end. It's really good to kind of feel like you're getting ahead. And
the Blackpool Tower is incredibly fun to go around. It's a really wide space we've got access to here, which is a bit different from where we usually fly in Birmingham. We are in a pub function room at Cuttle Bridge on the east side of Birmingham. So if you want to come down and get involved in drone racing, you would be very welcome to join us. We have a bunch of drones you can try, and you can be like James here and come and fly at these amazing events. Thank you for coming and chatting with me, James. We'll catch up with you in a bit. We're going to watch him go around the track any moment now. So yes, if you want to get involved in drone racing, you can find the nearest club to you at the BDRA website. It's a very easy one to remember, bdra.uk. That stands for the British Drone Racing Association. There they have a map of all of the clubs across the UK where you can check out what's closest to you, find out how to get in contact and book a session, or just come down and watch, because it's great fun seeing these things all flying around, and the best thing about it is you can have a go too. So, if our pilots are ready to come out on stage, we will try and welcome them again. Please put your hands together for our pilots. James TX, everybody's favorite. Jaggers. Wong Legend. And Cruz. So as our pilots settle in, these are the races that count, remember. If you come in first and second, you're going through towards that championship race. If you come in third and fourth, you lose a life, and nobody wants to feel on the edge. So, with the race ready to start,
Arm your
let's set them
quads,
off.
starting on the tone in less than 5.
Some eager beavers there jumping off the line. It is neck and neck as they go into the tower as one tumbles to the front. That looks like Wong Legend. 1, 2 and 3 round the tower and into the deck chair. We've got green drone chasing green drone. It looks like Jagger's out in front. As he sends it round the Blackpool Tower. Looks like Wong Legend just getting caught up on the umbrella, but he's back up and running in 4th place. Jagger's up to the star, with James TX and the bright green drone chasing him in 2nd place. We've got Wong Legend moved up into 3rd. And Jagger's now finishing off his 3rd lap. He's going to bring it round the disco ball and into the crash gate, taking 1st place. But who's coming in 2nd? Who's it going to be? It is James TX in 2nd, leaving Wong Legend and Cruz battling for bragging rights over 3rd and 4th. Who's it going to be? Wong Legend taken so long tumbling through the Blackpool Towers, going on for another lap. So Cruz in the red drone is going to finish off his lap. Into the crash gate he goes for 3rd place and bragging rights over Wong Legend's yellow quad. As we enjoy watching him parade round the lap, because we all like seeing people. Oh, he goes down on the deck chair of doom. Audience, can I get a deck chair of doom claiming another pilot? Deck chair of doom. Well done, pilots. Congratulations to our winners, Jaggers and James TX. You'll be moving forward and coming up soon, so grab a battery, get ready. But unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Cruise FPV and Wong Legend coming in 3rd and 4th there. They have lost a life, but they will be back soon. So if you are here in the studio audience and you want to ride along with our pilots, you can come down to the front to our lovely volunteers at the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, grab a set of goggles, pop them on your face and ride along with our pilots. So please welcome our next pilots to the stage. We have Dirty McStinky, Gen X, Dan Carpy and Brummy. Brummy, of course, coming from Birmingham. Another Tiny Whoops of Birmingham flyer. Doing remarkably well in this last race because everybody else crashed out, giving him a nice pass into this one. We'll look forward to seeing if he can complete the same trick here. We add lots of pressure to the other pilots. They might go down. So we have pilots on their seats, getting comfy, taking a deep breath. But Gen X again, what's going on, Gen X? Wrong battery. I think it's a tactic of his to drain people's batteries. What do you think, crowd? But he's up, he's running, okay. Well done, goggles are down, thumbs are on
Arm your
sticks,
quads.
let's send them off.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
With a wobbly start from Gen X after all that. Dan Carpy with the green drone is off, chased hotly by Dirty McStinky in the multicolour drone, but not to be left behind. We've got Gen X in 3rd and Brummy coming around the top of the tower in 4th, but it's all about Dan Carpy and Dirty McStinky because Dirty McStinky has taken the lead. But they're both now up by the star, neck and neck as they go across the timing gate. Down goes Dirty McStinky, neck and neck they were, but Dan Carpy is ahead. That's given time for Gen X to catch up. Dirty McStinky, can he capitalize on that mistake? Can he move up into 2nd and stay alive? Because Dan Carpy is stretching the lead ahead of Dirty McStinky. Both incredibly fast pilots. A little tap on that pole at the top there, but nobody goes down. But it looks like Gen X is having trouble. He's on the ground. Dan Carpy is done. He's in the crash gate. Dirty McStinky coming round in second place, around Disco Ball into the crash gate, claiming second. Our two pilots going through, but it's now battle for bragging rights. Neck and neck, but Brummy's a little high on the star. Oh, and Gen X bouncing off the crash gate as Brummy comes round. Brummy finishing off his track. He's going to go under the umbrellas. Couldn't unfortunately pull off the same trick as he did last time. The pilots are getting faster and faster as we progress through this winner's bracket, and it looks like, yes, he's up and flying. Flying on board with Brummy now. Through the star. Oh, a little rejection there, and he tumbles into the crowd. I think he's going to have to stay there. Yeah, that's the end of his race. We will thank our pilots for their race. As Dan Carpy and Dirty McStinky go through, grab a battery, get ready for the next race because you're up again. Unfortunately, Gen X and Brummy will be dropping a life and going over to the redemption bracket. Slow and smooth. Smooth is fast. Brummy, a very good flyer, but the pressure getting to him this time. Dan Carpy and Dirty McStinky clearly got the pace, but didn't tumble this time. They didn't leave an opening for Brummy to capitalize on, which is a shame for him, but all is not lost. He has one life left. With that one life, they'll be moving into the redemption bracket, but we have pilots coming up next. This will be the last of the winners' brackets. This will decide who goes forward to the championship race. 2 pilots will make it through, 2 will go into the redemption bracket, and they will be fighting for this wonderful trophy here that stopped spinning because the batteries have run out. On my little podium, our lovely Luminair Lightpool trophy. This is what the winning pilot will be lifting at the end of the day. Somebody will be going home with this trophy. Who will it be? Will Dan Carpy be able to pull it out of the bag or not? We will find out soon, because he won twice yesterday. Dan Carpy, fastest drone pilot in the UK currently in 2025. He was beaten in our race this morning by none other than Dirty McStinky, who's been flying along with him. So can Dirty McStinky do the same again this afternoon? We will find out soon, because he'll be up in race 7 very shortly. Let's see how our pilots got to this position on our double eliminations leaderboard. What was their journey? We have Dirty McStinky and Dan Carpy down in races 3 and 4. They both got a win and moved into race 6. They went head to head and have moved up. From there, you've just seen them race. Now they're in race 7. Race 7 leads on to our championship bracket. Are they going to make it there? Who's going to be in the running for this lovely gold trophy? We'll be finding out soon. But you know all those pilots that lost a life. Where will they end up? They will end up in the redemption bracket we'll be coming to next. But with our pilots ready, with their channels set, please welcome to the stage for race 7, we have Jaggers, James TX, Dan Carpy, and Dirty McStinky. Our pilots getting sorted on the line there, checking their video. We've got a couple pilots on R1, so we're going to unplug and check who is meant to be on R1. Scores on the board says, I believe, James TX on R1. while our pilots get their channels in order. Pilots just getting things sorted. So while they're doing that, let's have a chat about where you can find out more information about Tiny Whooping in the UK. This race has been brought to you by Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, the largest whoop club in the UK. Set out right in the middle of the country, so it's easy to get to for everyone in Birmingham. We have drones races every 2 weeks. You can go online to our website and find out when the next ones are. Not only that, but we also do interviews in our blog with the top racers from around the country. When they go over abroad to take on pilots internationally, we catch up with them, find out how it went, and bring it to you in our blog. But with our pilots all plugged in, it's time for our race to decide who's in the championships. Who's it going to be? Will it be Jaggers? Will it be James TX? Can Dan Carpy fend off Dirty McStinky? We're about to find out next. With goggles down and thumbs up.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
They are off. Dan Carpy with his typical jump off the line in the red quad leading the pack. We've got James TX and... Whoa, where's Dirty McStinky? I don't even see him flying. What happened to him? It's a battle between James TX and Jaggers for that second position. It looks like Jaggers has just edged out ahead. So we've got Dan Carpy in the red quad flying in first. Jaggers in the yellow quad in second with James TX chasing him down. And Dirty McStinky's back up and flying, but he's probably a lap and a half down. Will he be able to catch up? We'll find out soon. No, he was not going to be able to catch up. He's seeded that race. So Dan Carpy in first. It looks like James TX has taken back control from Jaggers. It is neck and neck for third place. Who's going to get third? Who's going to be eliminated? It looks like Jaggers has just snuck through, but James with his smooth flying style, will he be able to catch up? Dan Carpy is done. First place for Dan Carpy, but who's going to get second? Is it going to be James? Is it going to be Jaggers? It is Jaggers in second and James in third. Congratulations, pilots. What an incredibly fast race. Back and forth between James TX and Jaggers. Let's go and have a chat with them down at the front because that was close. Jaggers, James, join me at the front here. Nice to see you. Come on stage, come up here just for a moment. This is Pete from Drone Soccer.
Hello everyone.
Welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
We had a little fly earlier with the Drone Soccer ball. It was incredibly good fun.
I hope you all came upstairs to have a go.
Yes, I've seen plenty of people head out and upstairs have a go. We know you've run out of batteries several times this weekend.
Yeah, everybody seemed to be having really good fun out there. They were playing the Drone Soccer.
Excellent, that's great to hear. Because recently you guys went across to Korea, is that right?
Yeah, we've just been in the World Cup in Korea. Unfortunately, we came last, but we're working on it.
That sounds just like the Eurovision Song Contest to me. But unlike Eurovision, this was the first time we were over there, so not entirely unexpected that we came last, and we're hoping to do much better next time because I know up and down the country you're getting drone soccer races going.
That's right, yeah. So we're trying to bring it into schools and we're trying to get leagues going now. So I mean, if people can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, that'd be fantastic.
The best place to find out about their races is Facebook and Instagram. They're posting up all the time about where they'll be in the country, bringing drone soccer to places near you. So, Pete, lovely for you to pop up on stage. I know you're going to go and collect your drone.
I've come to collect my drone. I've really enjoyed being part of this event. So hopefully we'll see you next year, hopefully.
Fantastic. Yes, we'd love to see you again next year.
Thank you.
See you, Pete. Round of applause for Pete and the drone soccer guys. But James TX, Jaggers, that was back and forth. Come and have a chat with me here. Because if I pass that to you, Jaggers, you were on form. You were very happy with how you were flying earlier. Just take a step forward for us, lovely. Because you're flying incredibly smoothly, nice and smooth. But with the pressure coming from James TX there, what happened? You were back and forth.
Yeah, James, I could feel him every time I'd take a tight turn. James was just there. I could catch him in my camera. And I crashed on the Doom.
The deck chair of Doom.
That's it. Thank
Everyone in the audience, we want a deck chair of Doom. Can I hear a deck chair of Doom? Lovely.
I see James's green drone just fly straight over me, and I thought I got to go for it, guns all out, and managed to catch him somewhere and beat him to the crash gate.
Yeah, it was neck and neck. James, how did you feel chasing down Jaggers there?
Oh, it was very stressful.
I can imagine, because you were fighting for second positions. You didn't have to lose a life. The all-important double elimination. So, going into the next races, how are we feeling?
I'm a little knocked down a peg, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, you're going to have to battle your
back
back way through. Jaggers sitting up there comfortably. We're going to see you shortly, but take a rest, take a load off, have a little nap, and we will catch you, James, in the redemption bracket coming up soon. So, big round of applause for our pilots as they go off to prepare for our next races. Let's take a look at the scores on the board for our double eliminations tree. We've run through our winners bracket all the way through. It means Dan Carpy and Jaggers will be sitting pretty in the championship position. And now we're going to find out who will be meeting them there as we run through their last lives of the event. That's right, in the redemption bracket, we're going to go straight into race 10. We're going to find out who is going to be going home early, who is going to be coming up next, because in race 10, can we welcome to the stage our pilots, please? We have Blueprint, Scooby Air, Cruise FPV, and Wong Legend. Oh, man. Blueprint seems to have wandered off. I don't think he's brought a fresh battery with him. So while one of our pit's minions furnishes him with a battery, look at him scuttle back up on stage. Who are we cheering for, crowd? Who do we want to win? Blueprint! Blueprint has been going door to door, knocking for fans, and he's got a strong base here. The newest Tiny Whoop club in the country, Tiny Whoop Staffordshire. They fly in Stone, which is just between Stafford and Stoke-on-Trent, and a lovely pub there, flying every other Monday. But as our pilots settle themselves down onto their podium, they've got goggles down. And thumbs are up, let's send them on their way. Remember, this race, you want to come in first or second. Third or fourth sends you home. It's all to play for. Live on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Oh, bit of a jump start for Blueprint there. He might have to circle back so he doesn't get an advantage. Nicely done, and an honourable racer. So we have everyone off the line and flying, fighting to stay alive in race 10. Who is going to make it round first? It looks like Wong Legend with a yellow quad is around first. Beautifully lit up, closely followed by Scooby Air in second in the red quad. But a tumble from the tower sends him careering to the floor, letting Brummy take second place. But Wong Legend has got caught somewhere, leaving time for him to catch up. Blueprint, a little tumble on the star, bouncing across the stage there. It looks like Looks like Scooby Air is trapped under a speaker. He's not moving. Try as he might, he can't get himself out. All I can see is cables. So Wong Legend coming around. The Blackpool Tower comfortably in first with Brummy, it looks like in second. Blueprint trying to catch up but making a few mistakes. Is this going to be another lucky one for Brummy? Is he going to be able to make it through? Because coming around up to the star, we've got Wong Legend. Looks like he's going to take first as he crosses the line. Into the crash gate goes Wong Legend in first place. But who is going to get that all-important second? Who's going to be moving forward and who's going to be going home? It looks like Scooby Air is out, but between Brummy and Blueprint, who's it going to be? I think Blueprint might have just snuck past, but a rejection on the deck chair of doom sends him down. Who's it going to be? Brummy's up by the star. Blueprint's coming up fast. Who's it going to be? Across the line, it is Brummy into the crash gate with an incredible finish. Moving up again, where Blueprint takes third. He'll be going home. Congratulations, folks.
Race over.
That is the end of the race. A surprise result there. Blueprint, an incredibly fast pilot, couldn't quite get into the cruise of it. Wong Legends taking first. Scooby Air getting second and moving forwards. They're going to grab another battery now and get back up onto the starting block because they'll be back up soon. Unfortunately, that means we have to say goodbye to Blueprint and Cruise. I'm going to go down and have a chat with Blueprint because unfortunately he's let down his little fan club. Blueprint, come up on stage and join us. Join us, Blueprint. What happened there? It looks like the pressure got to you.
Yeah, race pressure. Is
that what it was?
Oh, just too many mistakes on the chair of doom. Too many mistakes.
On the deck chair of doom,
I was
it
up with
sent him
people
down.
the same speed as me. I was pressuring myself. Just too many mistakes. If I kept clean laps, I think I could have done it. But fair play to Kev. Kev's a good pilot.
Yeah, you guys battle very regularly in Tiny Whoop, Staffordshire.
Yes.
Flying regularly every other Monday, I believe.
Yes, every other Monday from 6 p.m. at the Crown Wharf in Stone. So if you're in Staffordshire or that way, welcome aboard. You are free to fly, chat, eat, drink, however you like.
Yeah, the newest Tiny Whip Club, and coming here representing them wonderfully. Unfortunately, not quite getting through. The nerves just getting the better of you. But we will see you again at another race, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I hope you've had a good time here. But big round of applause to Blueprint. So let's see what that's done to our double eliminations table. Who's going home? In race 10, Wong Legend and Scooby Air go through into race 12. Blueprint and Cruise FPV get a little skull. They're going home, unfortunately. But moving on to race 11, we are coming up now. Please welcome to the stage our next pilots. We have the Han, Archie, Gen X FPV, and Brummy. Is that right? So as our pilots plug in for these races that matter, these are the ones that make the difference. 4 pilots on the blocks, only 2 go through with their goggles down and their thumbs up. Let's find out who goes through and who goes home.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
We have the Han out in first, closely followed by Gen X. We have an invisible Archie who's managed to get a drone working. Lovely to see him out flying again. I hope he can keep it going all the way around because we want to see him battle his way back. Brummy just getting caught up a little bit, but making it through. The invisible drone of Archie zipping around, just getting rejected on the star. The pressure clearly getting to him. I think he's flying somebody else's drone, because that's not like Archie to get caught up on something like that. But the hand taking a wild ride across the audience there as he resets. I think he might have lost a place to Gen X in the red quad, who's going around the tower now. There are only 2 whoops flying. Where are they all gone? Brummy's back up. Yes, it looks like Gen X has come to visit us in the commentators thing. Will he be able to get up flying because he's ceded that position to the Han, who's now taken first? Up to the star, round the disco ball, onto his last lap. There are drones bouncing across the table. I'm not sure who's first anymore. Archie with the invisible drone has been sneaking around. But where is he? Who knows? Who's in first? I can't even tell anymore. But Gen X comes across the line and starts another lap. How many's he done? We've no idea. Oh, 2 drones go into the crash gate at once. So does Gen X. Brummy's on the floor. It's absolute carnage. No idea what's going on. Action replay for our pilots definitely needed as Brummy finishes off his lap. We want to see him bring it home. And across the line, Brummy into the crash gate. Big round of applause for all of our pilots there. As we come down to the front of the stage and the whoops get unplugged, I'm going to have to wait and find out from the race director what happened there, because I'm sure a few people did some extra laps. They clearly got very excited to be flying around our wonderful track here. Brought to you by the Lightpool Illuminations team. So as our race director goes through the timing gate, just checking off who came where, let's check out our track, because we have been lucky enough to fly around these incredible models all weekend. Our incredible Blackpool Tower lit from head to toe. You know, when they told me that we were allowed to fly around the Blackpool Tower, I was like, there's no way, not a chance. And then they delivered this 6-meter tall model. It was incredible. So we're lucky to fly around this. Usually we are in pub function rooms and village halls, things like that, up and down the country. But to come here and fly in such a massive environment, it's been amazing. But not only the Blackpool Tower, they've brought to us an incredible disco ball, a umbrella of dubious proportions in comparison to our deck chair of doom. So now we are going to check out our double eliminations. Let's check out our double eliminations board to find out who came where, because it's been updated. In race 11 we've just run, we find out that the Han came in first, Gen X came in second, Archie and Brummy unfortunately came in third and fourth, which means they are going home. So we have to say thank you very much to Archie and Brummy. Big round of applause for our pilots doing ever so well there. I'm very glad to see Archie back up and flying, but his invisible drone obviously wasn't his and it just set him off. He didn't quite manage to keep up and do as well as we like to see him do, because I know he's a very fast pilot flying down there at Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club. But that means we have our next pilots ready. Please can we welcome to the stage, finding out who goes through. We have Gen Scooby Air, Gen X FPV, The Han, and Wong Legend. With our whoops plugged in and our pilots on their seats. Let's find out who goes through and who goes home as we send our drones off for a race.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
They are off, and a really quick start by the Han as he launches off and around Arthing. A rejection for Scooby Air as he tumbles to the floor. That means the Han is out in first, followed by Wong Legend and Gen X FPV. But they both go down. Who's in second now? I don't know. It looks like Gen X. Gen X just slipping into second. But the Han way out in front. Nice clean air. He's got an easy ride in first. Just keep it smooth. You bring home the first position. It's all about Wong Legend and Gen X FPV. They're battling for that second spot to go through. But somewhere in the mix is Scooby Air. He's moving up through the field. Can he catch them after that incredibly bad start? We're on board with the Han now as he zips round the Blackpool Tower. He started an extra lap. He didn't need, so he's gone over to the crash gate. There are two whoops still flying. They're both red. That's Scooby Air and Wong Legend. He's going to get there. It looks like Scooby Air couldn't recover from his poor start, but makes it into the crash gate anyway. Big round of applause for our pilots in that race.
Race over.
So we have answers from the race director. It is the Han who got first place, Gen X got second, Scooby Air in third, and Gen X FPV in fourth. Scooby, what happened there? Your start was terrible.
Too ambitious for this, trying to go too fast.
Oop. Not got anything. Technology, hey, who knows how these things work? Looks like we're back up. Yeah, your start looked terrible. What happened?
Everybody's in front, so you push a little bit harder, and then you hit the side of the gate. So you're not as precise as normal.
Yeah, but do you think that was because of pressure?
Yeah, definitely pressure.
Yeah, wiggly thumbs, bit nervous on the line.
100% is pressure. Everybody's really quick today, bringing their A game, so got to push that a little bit harder, and sometimes you make a mistake.
So, if that's the case, do you think a bit of extra practice would help, or how do you think you're going to cope next
It's all about practice, trying new things, and just more time on the sticks, the better you'll get.
Well, more time on the sticks. Unfortunately, you'll be going home now, so plenty of time to practice. So, big round of applause for Scooby Air and the rest of our pilots going home. But we have only a few races left. Let's check out our leaderboard. Find out where we are with the scores on the doors. That was race 12. Scooby Air and One Legend, unfortunately, they've done so well to get this far, but they've lost their last life. They'll be going home as the Han and Gen X FPV go forwards into race 13, the penultimate race. This is the last chance they have to get to that championship position. We'll be finding out soon who will be going through to meet Dan Carpy and Jaggers in the final. Will it be Dirty McStinky, because he made it through all the way to race 7, you can see there, and then lost a life and has had to battle his way back through extra races to make it this far. He's done so well. So we'll find out soon, because James TX equally joined him on that journey to battle him through a redemption bracket. They were so close to getting there, but having lost a life, they needed to go back around the houses, fly to survive, and now they are here in the race. So please welcome to the stage for the penultimate race, finding out who's going to join them in the finals. We have our pilots, Dirty McStinky, the Han, James TX, and Gen X FPV. Our lovely whoopers getting them plugged in, lit up and laid on the starting block. We've got Gen X in red. We've got Dirty McStinky in multicolours. We've got the Han in multicolours, making it nice and easy to commentate. And we've got James TX in yellow, I believe. So with their goggles down, getting cheers from the crowd. Let's see them
Arm your
go.
quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off. An incredibly fast start from the Han, who's absolutely nailed that, but he goes down hard on just clipping the deck chair. It's Dirty McStinky out in front with James TX following him. We've got Gen X following up in the red drone in third position, but it's a battle for first between Dirty McStinky and the multicolor. He goes down on the deck chair of Doom, claiming another pilot, letting James TX go through. The battle is on now. Who is going to join James TX at the front? We're about to find out. Dirty McStinky laying down the hammer. He's got traffic from the Han, but he's catching James TX. He's gonna have to push. He's made the pass. Dirty McStinky makes the pass into first place. It is James TX in second with the Han in third and Gen X in fourth. The Han and Gen X are gonna have to start pushing now. They don't wanna go home. They wanna get into that championship position. The Han goes down, giving Gen X a chance to catch him up. But Dirty McStinky way out ahead now, a couple of features ahead. James TX cruising with clear air as the mistakes pile up for the Han. It is Dirty McStinky in one. And he just goes a bit too fast and gets caught up in the cables. Can he self-recover? Or will he lose it for a small crash right at the end? Come on, Dirty McStinky. And he's right there. Oh, he just gets across in front of the Han, who is slipped down into third with Gen X in fourth. I'm not sure everyone's done the right number of laps. We're gonna have to check with the race director. So with everyone getting very excited and running lots of extra laps, what are the scores on the doors? Well done, pilots. And I have confirmation from the race director. Dirty McStinky takes first position. Big cheer from the crowd. We find out who will be joining them in race 14. It is James TX in second. Representing Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. We love that. Not that the commentator is biased at all, but unfortunately we have to say goodbye to our wonderful friends at Drone Circle with the Han and Gen X. Big round of applause for them. Going home. They've made it all the way to race 13, the penultimate race. That places them in 5th and 6th guaranteed. But now we have the big one. This is the finals. Let's see what they're all racing for as I walk down to the front and show you the trophy. This is what the pilots want to win. The fabulous Luminair Lightpool trophy in gold. This is what they've been fighting for all day. The trophy they all want to take home. Will it be Dirty McStinky? Will it be Dan Carpy? Will it be James TX? Or will it be the other chap that I've forgotten off the top of my head? Are they up there? There they are! Jaggers! My apologies. Nicely saved. So, fighting for this championship trophy, we will find out next. So take a good look at it because we'll be awarding it soon as our pilots just change channels. But before we go to our final race, please can I take this moment to say thank you to our sponsors for this event, the Lightpool team at Blackpool Illuminations. They've done a fantastic job helping get all of these wonderful structures set up. So a big round of applause for Lightpool. Without them, this would just be a dark room with some poorly constructed homemade gates in it, which is a little bit sad. So we're very grateful that they've let us fly around their models, and not only them, but the team of volunteers that have helped us at Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. Thank you to our volunteers putting this all on and making it happen. But I've just got confirmation from the race director. We're ready to run the finals race. This is the one you want to come first in. First is the only place that will do. Welcome to the stage, our pilots. We have Jaggers, Dirty McStinky, Dan Carpy, and James TX. Lots of love from our studio audience here. And the pressure is on. You can feel the room getting tighter. This is the one that counts. It's all to play for. Everyone wants to come in first position, but there are 4 pilots battling for it. So, with our pilots on their podiums, the whoops plugged in, the goggles down and the thumbs up for the last race of the championship, please, let's send them round.
Arm your quads, starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off, launching up to that star. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Dirty McStinky goes down hard, letting Dan Carpy get a lead. It is neck and neck for James TX and Jaggers. In first place, Dan Carpy with the red quad, followed by Jaggers with the yellow quad and James TX with the blue. But we've got Dirty McStinky up and running. He is chasing down James TX right on him as he goes through the star. They are neck and neck coming around the disco ball. We've got action at the front of the pack as well with Dan Carpy and Jaggers. They both need to reset for the umbrella as they go through neck and neck, but Dirty McStinky has caught up. He's just forced a mistake by Jaggers. We've got Dirty McStinky chasing down Dan Carpy, still currently in first. He's about 2 features behind him. It is Dan Carpy in first, Dirty McStinky in second, Jaggers in third, James TX in fourth, keeping it smooth, hoping the others mess under the pressure. With Dan Carpy coming in first, it's neck and neck across the line. We got Dirty McStinky and Jaggers just hitting the timing gate in third, and James TX bringing in fourth position. That is the final race of today. Incredible. Fantastic. Let's join them down at the front and chat with our pilots, because that was the fastest race of the weekend. Working their way up to this position. Go and collect your whoops, and we'll call you up onto stage in a moment, because the racing was so fast. It was hard to believe. Everyone in the audience, have you had a good time watching our drone race today? Fantastic. Thank you so much for being an incredible audience and cheering for our pilots, because they've done so well. But can I invite up onto stage in 4th place from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, we have James TX. Round of applause. Unfortunately, just getting pipped to the post, coming in 3rd position. He felt good all day long, made it to the championships. We have Jaggers from Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club. In 2nd position, he couldn't quite catch him, but we have the favourite name from Hanworth Tiny Whoop Club as well, Dirty McStinky. And your winner of Lightpool Luminair drone race, we have Dan Carpy, the fastest man on Tiny Whoop in the UK, raising the championship trophy for the 3rd time this weekend. Put your hands together for the winner, Dan Carpy. Congratulations. No, that was the deal. If you win the most races, you get to take it home at the end. Dan, having come here today to this fantastic venue, how are you feeling lifting that trophy?
Yeah, great. Good.
Very good. Excellent. You get to take it home to Drone Circle near Manchester. Hey, the hand also here taking photos on stage. You're going to take that back and be proud. I'm sure it's going to end up on a wonderful mantelpiece there.
Yeah,
And now,
somewhere.
when you're taking it home, who there is going to be bugging you for the tips? All of the guys at Drone Circle, they're going to be bugging you, no doubt, because I know you've been giving tips to the Han, and he did incredibly well as well.
Yeah, well, you see him switch to acro.
Yes, he did switch to acro.
There you go.
Have you been flying in acro at angle all weekend?
Acro.
Acro?
Yeah.
Because you have for a long time been an angle pilot.
Oh no, I switched a long time ago.
You switched. Okay. What about you, Dirty? Acro at angle?
Oh, acro all the way.
Acro all the way. Jaggers?
Acro.
Oh, you said you were flying angle for a long time. James?
And acro.
Acro. So there it is, guys. If you want to be the fastest pilots in the UK, you have to fly acro. Please put your hands together one more time for our finalists and our winner of this year's Lightpool Luminair drone race, Dan Carpy. Congratulations. Well, I've been Mini Rolls Rule from Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. This has been the Lightpool Luminair. Thank you to the British Drone Racing Association, BMFA, looking after our interests flying, and the Lightpool team here at the Globe and the Pleasure Beach. Thank you very much. We will see you again next year, hopefully, for another amazing drone race at Lightpool Luminair. Good night! Well done, chaps. Very good.